Good evening, everybody. Our topic is fraud transaction detection. So over here, as you can see, I have got a credit card over here, and I will enter my relevant details like the credit card number, and then I will enter my name, all the usual practice that we do. Then the month, of course, and the year it is valid through, and the amount in the CVV. Now we will check whether this transaction is valid or fraud. So now you can see it is a valid transaction. So now I would like to take you through the data set that what's happening behind the scenes over here. So in this data set, as you can see, we have got around 30 parameters on which this data set works. Of these parameters, 28 parameters are unknown, that is from V1 up to V28, while there are two parameters that are known to us, amount and the time. So what I have to make you understand over here is, because this is a transaction data set, so one problem that we face over here, not a problem, in fact it is present across all data sets, is that because it's about transaction, something are confidential about it in nature. Since one of the parameters can be the name of the bank. For example, an ABC bank is a bank which is very vulnerable to credit card frauds, but they can't name it. So that is why they have kept those parameters hidden. Some locations can be very vulnerable, so they have kept those parameters hidden. So across all data sets on all platforms, we have got parameters that are hidden due to some confidential reasons. So, but there are few parameters that are known to us, like the time and amount. So we have trained based on them, and while these, and we have in fact trained for all parameters, but parameters from V1 to V28, we have randomly generated them, while time and amount has been taken from the user. So now I'll take you through my API and the backend that we have used. Uh, Please open the uh, web app, app.py. Yes, over here. As you can see, we are taking the amount and the time, the current time, as the parameters. So one thing that I want to tell you is, if I know other parameters from V1 to V28, I don't need to randomly generate them. I can plug in them over here. So based on that, you will get the output. So we don't need to necessarily randomly generate those parameters. It is just that because those parameters are unavailable on all platforms like Kaggle and other reputed sources, or on UData, so that is why we have to keep them hidden and only take those parameters into account that are given to us, and while randomly generate those that were hidden. So now, so this is the backend that we have done over here. You can clearly see. Now I will take you to the web, the front end part. Please take me to the web app. Over here, you can see that this is our API that we have that we have taken, and this calls, and this basically gives the request. This sends the data from the front end and asks for a response, whether it is valid or not over here. So this is what we have done to integrate our front end with it. And in this repository only, we have kept our models. So please show us the model. Just open the repository in which we have got the models also. So yes, over here you can see H2S hackathon model.h5, and its PKL file is also present there, and the JSON file is also present there. So I think this is we have trained it on a good data set, and the accuracy is over 99%, as we could see. When we trained it, that accuracy was coming out to 99%. So I think it is very good, and it is extremely fine. The fact that it is very responsive also, it gave us a result in I think in a second or two. So I think yes, that's about it. We have integrated the front end, the back end through the API. I think it's working fine now. Thank you. So probably we'll just go through one more example over here. and show you how it was working now. So I think you will have a better understanding when that works. So let's see whether it is fraud or valid. Last time we got the answer valid. Let's see. So you can see over here, it's a fraud transaction. So thank you.